Hello and welcome to the As a Moderator, How Do I Set Up a Meeting in Elluminate video podcast. I'm your host, Colin Elko, and over the next 3 minutes, I will discuss the steps involved to set up a meeting in Elluminate as a moderator. The first step in setting up an Elluminate meeting is to determine where Elluminate Live Manager is located. In order to set up an Elluminate meeting, you will need to access the Elluminate Live Manager page, which is located at http://illuminate.nate.ca. Upon entering the Elluminate Live Manager web address, you'll be taken to the following screen. In order to log in as a moderator, you will need to use your Nate staff portal, ID, and password. After doing so, select Login with your mouse. Upon logging in, you'll be presented with the following screen. It is important to verify in the upper right-hand corner that you have moderator status. If you do not have moderator status, are experiencing difficulty logging in, your audio does not work, or Elluminate will not start, please contact academichelp@nate.ca. After verifying your moderator status, move your mouse to the Create Meeting and select Click Here to create your meeting. You'll now be taken to the basic requirements of a meeting screen. This is where you will enter the basic requirements for your meeting that include the following: meeting name, meeting password. It's also considered to be optional. Start date and time. The default is Mountain Standard Time. End date and time. The standard default is Mountain Standard Time. Lastly, you have the option as to whether you wish to make the meeting public by selecting the box, or if not, the meeting will be made private. The following screen is an example of the meeting requirements that will be filled in. You can see that the meeting name is now entered, meeting password, start date and time, end date and time, and optional making the meeting public or private. Please note that Participants, Advanced, Expand, and Collapse tabs are options that are not needed for the requirements of a basic meeting. Upon entering all of your basic meeting invite details, select Create in the upper right-hand corner with your mouse, and your meeting will then be created. You will now be taken to the Meeting Details screen. There are two key pieces of information that you will need to copy and paste into your soon-to-be-created meeting invite email. Firstly, copy the meeting URL or web address. Secondly, copy the meeting password. You will now have completed the requirements for creating your meeting in Elluminate. Next, you'll need to create a meeting invite email to all of your participants. In your email, you will need to include two major components. The first one is entitled Getting Ready for the Meeting. This reminds participants to perform an audio test prior to the meeting, and it also ensures that participants join the session 10 to 15 minutes early. The second major component is entitled Meeting Details. This is where you need to include the meeting name, date and time, keeping in mind that Mountain Standard Time is the default, meeting link, which you would have copied from the meeting details, and lastly, the meeting password, which you also would have copied from the meeting details. You have now completed all of the requirements for setting up a meeting in Elluminate. In summary, we have discussed the steps involved to set up a meeting in Elluminate as a moderator. If you have any questions regarding Elluminate, feel free to contact your Center for Teaching and Learning School consultant.